Hit the music.
Another episode of the Chokeslam Wrestling Report. I am your host, the infamous Ultimate One, and today we are back for the second time this week, and we're going to talk another subject that happened this past Monday night that a lot of people are right now are trying to make excuses for WWE, and that was the Austin Theory cashing in his Money in the Bank briefcase for a secondary title. Now you're asking yourself, what do you mean secondary title? Last time I checked, the Money in the Bank briefcase was, the whole concept of it was to compete in order to grab that briefcase for a future world title shot. You had a year to cash in on the Money in the Bank. I mean, Edge did it, Seth Rollins did it in WrestleMania, and a host of others has won the world title using the Money in the Bank briefcase. According Dolph Ziggler did it to Alberto Del Rio a couple of years ago. You know what I'm saying? So the whole concept of the Money in the Bank was to use that briefcase to cash in on the world champion. Most of the time, the world champion will take advantage of, well, actually not the world champion, the winner of the Money in the Bank briefcase holder will take advantage when the world champion was in the middle of a match, a big tough match, and he just finished being in a brutal match, and then he will cash in the winner of that Money in the Bank will cash in on the world champion, and the world champion didn't have no time to prepare himself, and that was the whole concept, because then that made a better storyline, because you did not know when the Money in the Bank winner will cash in on his contract on the champion. That was the whole point. So this year, supposedly, Austin Theory won the Money in the Bank contract. And as you guys know, Austin Theory was being pushed by Vince McMahon as part of a story also with Vince McMahon involved and whatnot. And all of a sudden, once Vince McMahon left in June, all of a sudden we saw Austin Theory losing matches on Raw. Now, as far as I know, and as far as I've been following Money in the Bank winners never lose matches on Raw or on TV, because you're trying to make them a strong contender for the world title. And every other week when I started watching WWE Raw, I was seeing that Austin Theory was getting pinned left and right. At one point, there was reports that they probably want Austin Theory to cash in his Money in the Bank against Braun Breaker, the NXT title, which is not considered a world title. Not in my eyes, And the crazy thing is, I started questioning a lot of things. Like, why are they doing it? Is it because they don't really have nothing for Austin Theory? And I say Austin Theory, I've been watching Austin Theory since 2019 when I first saw him in Evolve. And I forgot who was his opponent. The name of the opponent does not come into my head, but Austin Theory was the Evolve World Champion, and he unified the WNN title with the Evolve title. And I said to myself, this young man, he was only 21 at the time, is going to be a future world champion. But then WWE went and bought Evolve. Austin Theory lands in NXT, or lands, I believe he first, I think, could be wrong. He was, I think he was in NXT. Okay, he was in NXT. But then the Me movement, the women's movement, even he was accused of doing something as far as, I can't remember, but his name popped up. And this whole, the Me movement back in 2020, 2021. And WWE decided to just phase him out. Then he came back. He was with Loomis at one point, or he was being attacked by Loomis, disappeared. Came back again. He's been in and out of the Raw roster. But McMahon decided to push him and give him the Money in the Bank briefcase. Okay? This past Monday, supposedly, I believe, for what I read, was that I believe Bobby Lashley attacked Austin Theory, and he attacked Seth Rollins, and Austin Theory decided to cash in on Seth Rollins, the United States champion. I want you to hear me one more time. He cashed in his Money in the Bank briefcase on Seth Rollins. Now, I had an individual who told me, but we all know he wasn't going to beat Roman Reigns. You're right. He wasn't going to beat Roman Reigns. Because, I mean, it would be nice if he would have beat Roman Reigns, because Roman Reigns walking around with those belts and whatnot. And I think they're trying to break Bruno Sammartino's record, which I don't think that's ever going to happen. But would it have been better if Austin Theory would have lost that chance of cashing in his Money in the Bank briefcase against Roman Reigns, because he's the undisputed world champion? It would have made more sense. Now, I don't know what Triple H is doing, but the bottom line is people are very, very quick to praise Triple H because of what he's doing. I can't front. Raw has been a little better. SmackDown has been a little better. But like I said last week, and I said I think in my last video, take Roman Reigns out of the equation. How good is WWE? Take the Bloodline and Sami Zayn out of the equation. How good is WWE? Okay? Because right now, this week, I saw on Twitter what WWE San posted, who is the next YouTube trendsetter to challenge Roman Reigns. So this is a new thing that WWE is doing now. They're putting non-wrestlers to compete against Roman Reigns. Are you serious? I mean, it's bad enough we already saw Logan Paul. Logan Paul had a great match with Roman Reigns, and in the process, I think he tore his ACL and meniscus. Okay? Some people are not meant for this stuff. You know what I'm saying? He had a good match. Don't get me wrong. That's fine. But in this case, it goes to show you that the Money in the Bank briefcase has been pretty much tarnished for the last couple of years. Okay? They didn't do much with that. They had Otis walking around with that damn briefcase last year, putting bologna sandwiches in the briefcase because The Miz was trying to catch. And the fact that The Miz took that shit from Otis and then ended up grabbing that briefcase, beating Otis for the briefcase, and then cashing in for the world title. For him to have the world title for only 2 weeks, for then Bobby Lashley to beat him. What that tells you, what they've done with this Money in the Bank, the Money in the Bank briefcase has lost its value. And the fact that people are defending it, you gotta give WWE a chance. No, forget about these damn chances. We've been giving WWE a chance for years. And not because Triple H comes out of nowhere, we're supposed to give it a chance? No. What they did this past Monday was unforgiving. The guy, Austin Theory, has charisma, is a good character, and he has it going up off Triple H or whoever came up with this stupid-ass idea to have Austin Theory cash in his Money in the Bank on a secondary title, the United States title, instead of the world title. Man, they need to get just a step away from wrestling, because it's the most stupidest thing I ever seen. That shows me right now, Austin Theory is buried. And people are going to be like, don't use that word lightly. You shouldn't use it, bury, because blah, 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 blah. No, he is buried. He was getting buried already when he was losing matches while he was the Money in the Bank briefcase holder. I don't get it. I don't get it. So there you go. You made this man, y'all came with this creative idea, have him cash in on the briefcase tonight against Seth Rollins for the United States title. The Money in the Bank briefcase was not meant to be cashing in on secondary titles. When Chris Jericho came up with this concept, even though Chris Jericho never won the Money in the Bank briefcase and whatnot, but he came up with the idea, right? It was meant for the guy to win the damn briefcase and could hold it for a year. and cash in on the world champion. I want you to understand. I'm repeating myself because I want you to understand that is the concept of the Money in the Bank. It's not for them to go to NXT, cash in on Braun Breaker for his cheap ass belt, okay? Because that belt has become cheap. NXT is not the same, okay? Or cash in on the Intercontinental Champion, or Gunter, or cash in on the 24/7. No, it's for the world title. And regardless whether Austin Theory was going to be Roman Reigns or not, it doesn't matter. Roman Reigns at this moment is the world champion, the undisputed world champion. He holds both belts, the Universal and the world title at the same time. So if Austin Theory was going to lose that damn belt, the briefcase, it was supposed to be him losing to Roman Reigns, not Seth Rollins. Not Seth, especially the company boy, Seth Rollins. Okay? Because the sad thing is, he agreed to this shit. You know what I'm saying? That is the sad part. You know what I'm saying? And everybody's talking about that Triple H is doing a great job, whatever. Yes, he's doing a good job as far as his matches. That's not rinse and repeat. But you just took a guy, the future of the company, Austin Theory, and you just went and took his Money in the Bank briefcase. This is the same shit they did to Mr. Kennedy years ago. Mr. Kennedy did something, whatever, and WWE decided to take the Money in the Bank briefcase and give it to Edge. Okay, this is the same thing. So you had this guy with the Money in the Bank briefcase walking around for almost 2 months. Okay, and he was losing matches already. Okay, and then to take it away by making him cash in on the United States belt. Can somebody explain that one to me? You know what I'm saying? And this is not taking shots at WWE. It's common sense. It's common sense. People say, "Oh, Austin Theory is going to be all right." No, he's not. That shit that happened Monday, that goes to show they buried them. They buried them. You cannot come back and tell them, "Oh, we're going to do this," because Mr. Kennedy, when they did to Mr. Kennedy this same crap, he never recuperated. The man ended up leaving the company. Okay? Now, Austin Theory, I don't know what his contract is and whatnot. I don't know where he's at as far as contract-wise is. But what they did, this was an injustice. The guy won the Money in the Bank. You have him losing matches for a month. And then you make him cash in on the United States champion. You know what I'm saying? I bet you they won't do this shit to Roman Reigns or Seth Rollins or Randy and all their favorites. This would never happen to none of these guys. You know what I'm saying? That goes to show you. The company is still doing the same shit. Nothing has changed. The only thing that has changed is some of the matches are not rinse and repeat. Even though the women's division is rinse and repeat. Every week it's the same shit. You know? Even though Mia Yim showed up now, she's back. What I'm looking at is WWE bringing all these people that Vince McMahon let go. They're oversaturating the roster. You know what I'm saying? You know, and now there's no excuse about, the WWE is bringing everybody up because of AEW. No. AEW is not because of AEW. I mean, look, Mia Yim was an Impact. She wrestled there for a couple of months, and now she's back. AEW is not trying to sign everybody. They can't sign everybody. They got too many people. So what's the excuse now? You bring all these people. You brought Loomis back. You brought Bray Wyatt back. You brought who else? You brought Shit Row back. Who else you brought back? Mia Yim and whatnot. So you bring all these people back. My question is, what are you planning to do with these people? And what about the guys who was left behind, the Austin Theories? Right now, Apollo. Where's Apollo? I haven't seen Apollo wrestling God knows how long. Okay? Meanwhile, you brought Braun Strowman, a guy who's going around talking about he's the best big man in the business, which is a freaking joke. Okay? Come on. You brought the Good Brothers back. For what? For to have them lose? They already lost a week ago. So, the fact I want to know, why did they do this to Austin Theory? What is the point to this? Are you going to, by you doing this, are you going to make a storyline where he's going to get revenge and get the world title? It doesn't make sense. You took the shit away from him. So now what? The question is, now what? The Money in the Bank briefcase was not meant to be cashed in on secondary title. Not the Intercontinental belt, not the United States belt, not the NXT belt, not 24/7 belt. It's for the world title. If you don't agree with me, that is fine. You're entitled to your opinion. But at the same time, don't come and tell me that everything's going to be fine when you know yourself that this is not the way to go. This is bad business. This is not good for the wrestler. Okay? Because people are not going to look at him again, oh, he was a loser. He had the Money in the Bank and he was a loser. Because, today's wrestling fans, that's the way they think. He's a loser. He's no good. It's the way WWE they did Austin Theory wrong. Bottom line. There's no other way to put it. You got the man win the Money in the Bank, have him lose matches in the process, and then have him cash in on a secondary title. There's no excuse for it. There's no excuse for it. And then you can't say now, oh, it's Vince McMahon's fault. Because Vince McMahon is not there anymore. This falls on Triple H's lap and Stephanie McMahon. Okay? They came up with this. Unless it's a personal thing, and it looks like Triple H is going the same route that Vince McMahon was. He doesn't have time to talk to talent. Okay? And, it's just ridiculous. It's just ridiculous. I don't know. And now that this word that Matt Cardona may end up coming back WWE, but not Zack Ryder, but Matt Cardona. Cardona is another one. These people don't learn. They don't learn. You go back to what? It's already showing you. You look what happened to the Good Brothers. They came back to lose the Judgment Day. There's no other way. They lost the Judgment Day. Okay? So now they're doing this comeback story. And you know what? And this is the problem. Mia Yim came back strong. Now she's probably going to start feeling with Rhea Ripley. But WWE, Triple H, all he's doing is bringing people back. You're going to have the good matches, whatever, but the storyline looks like, I don't know what's going on in reality. I mean, the fact they brought Baron Corbin in this role where he's talking about he's the modern day wrestling god, that's a freaking joke. Okay? This guy's been a failure after failure after failure. And then they put him with JBL. That's going to be a failure. Another failure. Guarantee. Anyway, that is my thoughts and opinion on this Austin Theory and Money in the Bank situation. If you guys want to keep following me, you can follow me on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter. You can also check my audio podcast available on Apple, Spotify, iHeartRadio, and many other audio platforms. You can check me out. You can follow me on any platform on the audio side. Also check the YouTube channel. Subscribe to the channel. Hit that notification bell. Check out my other video and other contents I have on this channel. Also, guys, I also have a podcast store. It's TCWR.veryimpressive.com. That's TCWR.veryimpressive.com. Also, guys, this weekend I will be at the Invictus Pro Wrestling event at 910 Hunts Point Avenue in the Bronx in New York City. We're going to have a couple of matches going on there. And I will be sponsoring Montequilla Super Monte from House of Glory. So I'm sponsoring him. Also, somewhere in the weekend of Thanksgiving, I am also sponsoring New Wave Pro Wrestling, the event called Rings. Check them out in Indiana. Go to the New Wave Pro Wrestling Twitter account and get more information of that. I am sponsoring that match also. So we'll see what happens. Actually, I'm sponsoring one of the wrestlers. I can't get him in my head right now, but I know I'm sponsoring one of the wrestlers. I think it's the champion. So I'll be very busy in the month of November as far as that. Also, there is plan to have another interview with a wrestler who made his AEW Dark called Patton. Want to check. I'm probably going to have a interview with him on the second week of December. So there's a lot of stuff going on before the end of the year. After that, of course, you got Full Gear coming up next week, next Saturday. Then you have Money in the Bank the following weekend. So not Money in the Bank. I'm sorry, Survivor Series, War Games. the following weekend. So don't mind me. I'm still half asleep. It's still early here in the East Coast. So so that's it. You know, the guys, like I said, check out my YouTube channel and check out all the contents I have here. I just pulled my thoughts on the Braun Strowman claiming he is the best big man in the business, which was the biggest joke I heard the beginning of this week. So we're gonna, we did our thoughts and opinion on that. So that is it for me today, guys. I hope you enjoyed the show. Hit me up, and like I said, hit that notification bell for new upload. Hit the subscribe button, and leave me your comments and your thoughts on this whole Money in the Bank briefcase situation, and I will definitely answer you back. Until then, guys, be safe and have a good weekend.